you've been there, you know. For me, it's all a continuum. It's all one sacred architecture, blossoming, creating forward in a way that all of our ancestors dreamed, are still dreaming. This moment here, can you feel the spirit? Feel the love? Yes, yes. The songs, beautiful work, beautiful, beautiful work, and even just the space itself. It was and wasn't promised, so I guess that's where the excitement, the fear, not feeling, whatever it is, no words really, but whatever pushes me forward. I just want to honor the space. I want to honor the time that I'm here, honor the relatives, all those people who have taught me and guided me, given me so much nourishment and encouragement. So many of you in the space tonight, and I dedicate this reading to all of those who have honored me by letting me walk with them for a while. There have been a lot of passings recently. Someone who is dear to me from the Lummi Nation. I won't speak his name, or time, working, writing, creating in Portland, and then making our way up here. He was desperate for home, the same way that I was. We continued to write, hit the Powell Trail, Art Market Trail, selling our work. Tried law school for the second time. And now he has walked on, but I know he's here. And all the loved ones who are here, I'm just so thankful to you. I should say that a lot of this writing came out of my time, my cherished time at the Institute of American Indian Arts, and then going on to get my Master's of Fine Arts degree in writing creative nonfiction. I had the honor, it was a blessing, the time that I had to co-coach, be a program assistant for the Santa Fe Indian School spoken word team. Made it to finals, Breaking Voices, if any of you know. The beautiful thing that is for our young ones, particularly our young Native people, to exist on a platform like that and be able to share our songs, our stories, and our prayers with an audience so diverse and so broad. And my work has continued in that same way, where anytime we get a chance to share our songs and our stories and our prayers, it's a good day. This piece is called Migration. Last night, and for some days to precede it, a holy migration of praying mantises, earthworms, and a single black salamander with yellow spots, the slick, shiny, black, wet body of him moving slowly just outside my front door, gentle on the mat that says, "Welcome. I am thinking now of your ability to survive somehow amid fire, and for the growing back of lost or severed limbs, and how I'd been praying only minutes before a prayer of exactly this. Whilst human, it is the desert, but if they do exist at all, we are near wetlands of a sort, nestled near the mesa and the petroglyphs, and there are owls nearby. But the migration is something I've never seen. The mantises, the undulating, veined bodies of worms, and the salamander, hungry, no doubt, all making their way slowly toward my door. And this work is from my second collection, in process for sure. It's called Savage, a Love Story. And it opens with an epigraph by one of my favorite poets. like all the others, a system and arrangement of human language, and not the tiger of the vertebrae which, out of reach of all mythology, paces the earth. I know all this, but something drives me to this ancient and vague adventure, unreasonable, and still I keep on looking throughout the afternoon for the other tiger, which is not in this poem. So, there are a number of points in this manuscript where it's just a single line, and this is one of them. And there are white birds of language, cranes, swans, falling from the blood seed of your mouth. This piece is called Aspect Ratio. Aspect ratio, fissures beginning, thousands of feet in the sky, high above the frozen earth, quite possibly near Red Lake, and the place of his birth and going back to. There is a distinct likelihood of my seeing him again, and soon. He still owes me money, and I still owe him something I don't have a name for. We owe one another more than we feel we've the blood for most days. Something like an apology for our blood and memories and dreams and our bloody dream memories that we began dreaming before birth. Little infinite language of this. Something like the promise of our bones and marrow coming to be enough after all. Just as we are finishing up our last holy work here on the earth, just as we are finally getting the fullest light in our frame. The promise coming to be everything that ever was, is, and will be in the hearts and minds of our grandchildren and our grandchildren's grandchildren. If we can just muster the blood, breath, and courage to bring them forth away from the sharp, icy tundra of our little lasting human terrors. Yes, you and I, my eviscerated loves, each and every one of you, we owe each other that and more. This piece is called Rations. The holy mad laughter became them. River of light now. The holy wow and why of it all. The language was a language of mad gathering, silence and rushing. Holy, holy, in honor of him and another one of my teachers, Professor Mamaday and Scott Mamaday. Asphyxia instead. He would write about uncovering tiny, squirmy, pink baby field mice working the land at Auckland with my grandfather one season. I would speak and write about cutting open the tiny, fragile body of a bird, perhaps a sparrow or a finch, and plucking its still, warm bird heart from the small, dark cavity of its chest. Something to be had in consciousness and waking life, or something quite like it, but I often choose asphyxia instead. I should like to tell dear Professor Mamaday how I acquired my copy of The Way to Rainy Mountain before all goes back to quiet. I should like to tell him that I most likely would never have read Beowulf if he hadn't required me to do so. I should like to tell him just how much his gentle, intelligent teachings have meant to me at the level of the voice, at the level of the voice, at the level of the voice. And even before that voice made its way through those burning large doors of heart, throat, mouth, thrumming, oh, thrumming. Before that voice and the words to speak had ever emerged, dark, wet, tremulous, and growing colder from that black sea of mind. I most likely, and for the most part, will choose asphyxia. But sometimes, oh, sometimes, I will choose to remember mellifluous calm of poplars, the tiny pink mice unearthed from the soil at Auckland, the bird heart, the stilled beating and thrum of my own heart, and how I acquired my copy of The Way to Rainy Mountain. Spoiler alert, I totally stole it. Went to a symposium and stole it and felt super guilty about it. Still haven't shared that with Professor Mamaday. One day, hopefully. Thank you so much, everybody.
This poem, you guys mind if I share one real quick? Is that cool? I wrote this poem in honor of my uncle who just recently passed away. And I brought it to my family, and I was like, I want to read this at Uncle's memorial. Is this okay? And got some really polar reactions. But I think it's really important to share this piece, at least once publicly, just because to me it has a message of just a lot of love for my uncle. You know, my uncle is a homeless man, so-called homeless, here in Seattle. And he taught me a lot of stuff. Taught me more than my uncles who had homes. And so I got a lot of respect for him. And we're planning a so he has brought our family back together. When we sometimes get caught up in our own emotions and feelings and take each other for granted, he brought us together. So we got to remember to try and do that best we can. It's not always an easy thing. Okay, give me a second. Give me 4 more seconds. But so we got 4 people on a slam. That's exciting.
Woo!
My bro came home earlier today, and he came in and he was like, he had his blue and green beads beaded into his hair. Y'all got brothers like that too? And they just came home and I was like, they lost time. He was like, yeah, so symbolic of the world we're in today.
Too soon.
I might. No, actually, I don't have it on my phone. I feel like it's in here somewhere. And yeah, you wanna help me? Can I look in the next bin? You figure I would be prepared, right, for something like this, but that's just not the way it is sometimes. It's one problem. All right. Okay. So I don't have it there. I can't find it. But I'll read.
Can you read the dance one?
The dance one? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you like that one, huh? Okay, I got that one. All right. Well, I'll just read 1 or 2 of these. Special request for Jennifer here, Sister Jennifer. I wrote this poem a number of years ago. When I decided to become sober, clean and sober, ceremony made its way into my life. And it took the place of my own self-destruction. And so I'm thankful that the teachings were there waiting patiently for me. I'm lucky to have the ancestry and the heritage that I come from, because those teachings are already there. They're waiting for me. They're patient. Some people don't have those opportunities. So I'm very thankful to have that spirituality that was waiting there. This song, this story, this poem is about that process. And it's appropriate because natives, we sing, right? I mean, that's how it is. Sing. There are songs that shake the earth when sung. Songs composed to crumble cities, to part midday clouds. Songs to reach back into the ancient. Hers is one of cool water, a calm stream flowing between lush greenery and summer shades. Sing, young child, for you are the healing generation that we've all been praying for. Sing, eldest voice, to purify tongues from the taste of bar soap. Sing, recovering alcoholic. Sing, attempted suicide. Sing, inmate of false accusation and racist police force. Sing, those of you who have been taken from your path by the Kushtaka. Sing your songs and return back to that red road. Back daylight. Sing your songs, strong ones. The shapeshifters' laws no longer prohibit our culture, yet we must prohibit many of their laws and much of their culture. Sing your songs, strong ones. Sing your songs, strong ones. They are waiting. The time is now. They are waiting. They are waiting. All right, I'm gonna read this one. I'm not gonna worry about that other one. Maybe I'm not prepared to read it. So this one is a boarding school, and I was inspired by a painting that my friend Candice Kerr had created. And so what's beautiful about this is we have poets, we have artists, we have thinkers, speakers, livers, believers, dreamers, all present here. And hopefully this is inspiring to you guys. Hopefully it's empowering to you guys. And the thing about what we're doing here is we're lifting each other up. We're saying it's okay to express yourself, and we encourage that. You should have confidence in doing so. And if you are afraid to do so, that was taught from an outside colonizer culture and is not part of our tradition. So let us continue empowering each other in these ways. In our up in Alaska, when I moved up there to Juneau, they didn't have a space like what we have here right now. So we created something called Wush Kanadei Poetry Slam. It has now been going for 5 years and running once a month. And that's probably one of the best things I've ever done with my life, is created a space for people to come and express themselves, create something valuable to look at and assess their life and bring it forward in the best light they possibly can, in the most honest and truthful way that they can. And so check it out online, Wush Kanadei. It's a long word, but it means parallel trails. It's a Juneau Poetry Slam. We knew that it had to have an Indigenous name, so we gave it a Tlingit name. And so it's something that is actually what we're doing right here, right now. And hopefully it'll continue on what we're doing here, because we need to come together to support each other more often. If we all can show up at one stadium so often with so much encouragement, we should show up together here and support each other. Sun fell daily on our cheeks when we longed out the window toward our distant homes. We wondered why our teachers wouldn't let us see our parents. We wondered why we knew the taste of white bar soap as well as we once knew the taste of baked salmon. We did our best to learn English, but we learned even quicker that it saved us from the private room of our principal and his impeccable bed. We wondered if we'd ever get to see or hear the birds sing on our grandparents' land again. So we had to sing, just in case. We sang our great-great-grandparents' songs. We sang cry songs. We sang songs that got us beat, so we sang songs that made us unbreakable, songs that broke rulers and fists when they came swinging toward our faces. We sang songs that brought us peace during their Sunday school, songs that reminded us where we came from, that reminded us not to waste any more tears on pain. Don't waste any more tears on pain. No more tears on pain. Only the memories of mama's miracle soup and dad's laughter, and anywhere but here. We prayed in their language on our knees, but our prayers remained long unanswered, so we prayed in our own languages silently, and an eagle came shortly after to listen and carry our songs, carry our cries there into that waiting sky. Thunder came then, like a whole hole in the outside wall big enough to squeeze through. Lightning came then, like feet, fast enough to run back to who we were reborn to be.
Jeez.
All right. Got the poetry slam. You guys need to take a break. Should we take a break, a 5-minute break, or you guys want to just keep going? 5-minute break. Raise your hand if you want to take a 5-minute break. All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break and be back here